Yo, so we're pretty much back with another one. We're going to go over what trade we took today, how we executed, and how you could have done the same. Today's trade was actually a PM session trade. I normally don't trade PM session, but this was a extremely clean setup, and you're going to see why it was very clean in my eyes. So coming into the day, we are aware that SPX is extremely bullish. ES, SPX, whatever you want to call it, right? Daily time frames bullish, 4-hour time frames bullish, and coming into market open, we also had bullish structure form while coming into PM session here. And we also had this order block emerge on the 4-hour time frame. We are also in the swing trade. I'm going to explain this later. So we were here, yes. So what happens is we have a 4-hour break of structure right here, and we mitigated this order block right here. This is where we were during PM. So to me, I decided to do what? Scale down to the 15-minute. And I know that we're mitigating this what again? Clear change of character right here. Clear mitigation of the order block. Clear liquidity sweep of that into PM session, right? So all I need to know at this point is very simple. I know that this order block was reacted off of here. This internal structure order block of this bearish side reacted, swept. Now all we want to know is what? See a lower time frame invalidation of the bearish structure that was built up. Nothing new, nothing more, nothing less. So what do we see here? We pretty much see break of structure here. We come in here, fill this fair value gap, react off of it. That's all I needed. Once I knew that this fair value gap was getting reacted off of, I entered on the way back up. That was pretty much the entry that was sent to the Discord. They all printed. We targeted the first high, the second high, the third high, and blah, blah. And price pretty much ripped all the way to our final take profit, which is right here. This was a awesome trade, very textbook, order block mitigation, change of character, sweep of liquidity into volume, into incoming volume, internal break, followed by a fair value gap revisit and reaction off of that, validating that structure point, followed by the long that ultimately printed us lots of money. The other trade that we took was a very simple trade. It was taken off of the daily time frame, and all we had to do here is actually not that hard. We know that we pretty much look extremely bullish on the daily. On the 4-hour, same thing. We look very bullish, right? Let's look into this. The 4-hour is extremely bullish, correct? You have a break of structure to the upside on the 4-hour. Daily and weekly alignment are there. So for us to take a nice swing trade, all we really need is just hourly revisit of the order block and a reaction off of it, correct? So what happens? We come in. Well, I just entered off the 15-minute break. 15-minute break into New York Open, at which point I decided to enter and leave my stops under the body of the order block because this was a higher time frame trade. We pretty much could have executed right off of here and targeted these highs and previous week highs. We're running very nicely now. We've secured our first bit. And yeah, very easy trade. This is the weekly strategy that I used to pretty much do back in the day. It's look for high time frame alignment of all time frames and then wait for a 4-hour invalidation. So you want daily and weekly to be bullish, correct? And you want the 4-hour to have been bullish in a retracement. So 4-hour becomes bearish. And once that's bearish, you want to see a flip in structure and enter off the order block. Pretty much, we had that exact thing happen here, which is why I sort of forced myself to take it here. And then we see the move to the upside, at which point I executed on this revisit to send it higher. Cool. I can take price out so that you guys can just see exactly what I mean, or I'll just move this. What is this? High time frame bullish, 4-hour retracement, followed by a break of structure to the upside, revisit the order block, and execute on the order block. That's all it is. Targeting previous highs. Obviously, you take your profits at the previous high like we did here, and the next week's high. You can even let this ride further. That's that. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is pretty much actually the weekly strategy that you could use. If you don't have time to trade and all you really want to do is just a simple thing,